Okay, ready?
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon, all proper. Welcome back to our podcast. When the pharmacy closes, I forgot what episode this is.
I think it's like episode 11 now.
Oh, 11?
We've hit double digits.
I don't even know what I was going to say right now. My name is Clarissa. I'm one of your hosts.
And I'm Chris. I'm your other host.
And I think today we decided to take a break from pharmacy-related things.
The pharmacy's closing today, y'all.
Yeah, the pharmacy is closed. I think we want to take a break because we just got back from spring break, and the first week is already hitting us like a bus.
Yeah, we already knew it was going to be kind of difficult, but...
I didn't.
You didn't know it was going to be difficult?
No,
girl, we hear all about this.
No. We went on Saturday we went out for some drinks on Saturday, and then of course my friends are always on top of things, and they're like, oh my God, guys, did you see that we have blah, blah, blah amount of quizzes in the first week? And I was like, what are you talking about?
I think in the first week, just to sum it up, we have like 4 quizzes. We have an exam coming up next Monday, a presentation due tomorrow, which we had a draft due yesterday.
I have a law quiz due.
On top of that, we're remembering like what type of bacteria, like freaking 50 drugs covers. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it's very... But I had some fun. I went to Carrie Underwood concerts. Woo!
A little break?
A little break. I felt so bad. Everybody was watching my story and they're probably judging me like, what is this girl doing at a concert when we have a quiz the next day?
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all about balance,
Take
people.
the breaks where you get them.
Yep. Okay, so in today's episode, we wanted to talk about...
We want to talk about dating.
Dating.
Some red flags, green flags.
Our red flags.
Maybe some stories, although... Not ours. We'll find some online.
Yeah, what we think about dating apps. We have tried recording this episode in the past, but see if we could get it together today.
Yeah, I think at the time we were still a little bit too awkward to the whole podcast game.
Oh yeah, we tried recording it when it was like one of our first. Yeah, one of our first
We've
episodes.
come in more with a plan this time.
Yeah, more of a plan.
Watch it still go bad.
It's not gonna go bad. Okay. I guess we should start off with all the good things. Or should we start off with the bad things, then transition to the good things to ease it off?
Sure. Why do I feel like there's more red flags?
Okay. We're going to start talking about people's red flags. And then I guess we could talk about our own or whatever.
If we feel like we have any. I feel like everyone has at least one.
Yeah, at least one. And then we'll try to make it better by going over the green flags that we have.
You want to start or me?
Doesn't matter. I could start.
Go for it.
Okay. So one red flag that I have is, let me pick from my list here. So it's not, okay. This one's kind of funny. This red flag is wearing sunglasses inside.
That's a red flag?
Yeah, for me it is.
Why?
Or at night.
It's odd for sure.
It's because why, I don't know, I guess people that wear sunglasses inside or out at night to me give off like a certain energy, and I'm like, why?
They're giving, you know what they're giving, and I won't say names, but you remember there was someone at our high school that everyone thought was like smuggling. But remember, he wore sunglasses every single minute of every day.
He was kind of quiet.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I remember.
That's the vibe it gives me.
That's the vibe. Yes, that's the vibe it gives. Like, why do you need to wear sunglasses inside? The sun ain't out here. Like,
I don't know if they think it's cool.
To me, it's not cool.
It's weird.
To me, I'm like,
You're like, why are you doing that?
No, for real.
Who are you trying to impress?
Yeah, I just don't like it.
I think, well, I guess one of my red flags, mine are a lot more like in the concept of dating and like talking to someone.
I just wanted to throw a random one out there.
I mean, but I think one thing for me is unable to like hold a conversation. Like if I'm constantly trying to, like if I see there's nowhere I can go with your response, you didn't give me anywhere to go. And I'm like, okay, let me try to come up with something, a new topic or whatever. Like if I have to constantly do that, or if I'm constantly asking, what are you doing?
Oh, I hate asking, what are you doing? I mean, I'll ask it. Okay, I don't mind asking it in hopes that it'll like spark up another conversation. Because like, what if they're like, oh, I'm dirt biking? It's like, oh, where'd you go dirt bike? Like, how long have you been? You know, like
what a random thing to be
okay,
doing.
that's the first thing that came to my head. Okay, but yeah, I hate asking, what are you doing? Because I feel like the conversation dies and then you're just trying to save it at the same time.
Exactly, you're trying to come up with something, like get it to come back up.
No, I understand. I completely understand, especially when you're putting in all the effort and then that one person's just like, yeah. Or like it's going good, and then they just don't continue it and you're like, hello?
You're like, what the hell? Like,
You're like, come on. This is an A-B conversation. Like,
right?
come
Or
on.
sometimes I feel like you can tell, like you can just feel that they didn't even read the message. It was just kind of like an automatic response.
Oh, yeah. Like they kind of just skimmed it and then they just,
Like, you ever get the responses? I hate these responses. I hate them. When I'm talking to someone, or whether it be family, whoever, guy, whatever, and they say, like, K, like just K. Or I hate K.
K?
So much. It sounds so passive aggressive.
yeah, K does sound, or sometimes, like, I like to say okay, but I spell it like
Because
O-K-A-Y.
okay still is kind of, it still give me that passive aggressive vibe.
Just the okay?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't use that either. Or the okay with the period. Ugh.
Even when people end a sentence with a period in text, I'm like, ain't nobody that proper in text message.
Yeah,
like,
they put it with intention.
why you put an attitude into
They even
that
had to change their keyboard to find the period. They put in that extra work to make sure that punctuation
that whole
was right
extra
there.
2 taps. Or like also sometimes when people just respond nice, I'm like, you
It's like that's the biggest way you can tell me you're not interested. Like just tell me you're not interested.
I know, in that one message you killed the conversation.
Yeah, you're like, who's this? Think you're next?
I'm not interesting to you. Thanks. All right.
Yeah.
Message received.
On that note, let's see. I guess if you're texting as well and you're trying to make a conversation, and then obviously in conversation you're trying to make plans. So one of my biggest red flags is when they make up excuses not to hang out, even when they're like, yeah, we should hang out, and then they like flake. You know what I mean?
Ooh, flakes. Yeah.
Flakes are a red flag.
Especially, not to like say that it's only because we're in like farm school or whatever, but we gotta plan ahead. Are you okay?
I needed to yawn. I was trying to hide it.
We got to plan ahead. And like for anybody, that's pretty efficient if you can kind of plan in the future. But I would be bothered if like, I mean, things come up. I understand that. And that's life, you know, there's going to be unexpected things. But like last minute, if they're like, oh, like I need a rain check or whatever, like say like 1 hour before, I'd be like,
And I think it's kind of harder for us because we're so busy and then we make the time for that person just for them to cancel. It's like, ugh, I went through all these obstacles and I jumped through hoops for you just so I can hang out with you this day, and then you're canceling on me, you know? Especially with work. Like our work schedules are so crazy that, not that they're crazy, they just schedule them so far in advance, and then just for somebody to cancel on you when you ask for that specific day off can be, I guess, frustrating.
And I think too, and this goes for, whoa, just hit the microphone. And I think it goes for anybody. It's two-sided. So like, I put in the effort to make sure that, like, for example, like, let's say we said that we're going to meet X day. I put in the effort to make sure I'm free that day. You should also be putting in the effort to make sure you're free that day, because that's what we said. And that's how a relationship works. 2 ways.
Some people just don't understand that, Christopher.
Well, gee. Something I also wrote was love bombing as a red flag.
What is that?
So love bombing, at least in my experience.
Oh, you had an experience out here.
Love bombing is kind of like taking things like super fast. So like you initially meet someone, let's say you start dating, whatever, and then all of a sudden you're like, you're boyfriend, girlfriend already. Or boyfriend, girlfriend. That was a tongue twister.
Boyfriend, girlfriend.
Boyfriend, girlfriend. Inclusivity. But like you're already like that quick. You first kiss quick. You like take steps very, very quickly.
So what's a good progression for you?
I mean,
or it just depends on the person?
I think it depends on the person, but at the same time, like, don't already like be getting me like infinity necklaces or whatever, like within a month. It's like, hold on, like what is the word? Like you're predicting things, not predicting things.
Like moving?
You know what I'm trying to say?
Like moving things?
Yeah.
Too quick?
I guess, or like some people like to say I love you like way too freaking soon.
Oh yeah, I remember like I guess I had a story where like somebody said that to me, like, and I was just like, oh, like I didn't know what to say back. I was just like,
You're like, cool.
I was like, we just started talking.
Exactly. So it's kind of like that. It's like, okay, no, like no.
Yeah.
And the other thing about love bombing too is that, again, in my experience, but when you like I've seen people get love bombed, and I've had it done to me as well. It tends to kind of do like a peak sort of thing. So it's like, love, 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 and then gets to a high point and then just falls.
Right.
Like they stop everything, and you're like, what happened? So that's one of my red flags. Like if someone's quick with it, I'm like, no, no, no.
Honestly, that is a red flag. Like, do you think I'm that special?
Maybe in that case, it's a green flag.
Maybe. Let's see. Another one of my red flags. We're just negative, negative, negative out here. Another one of my red flags is they don't have a plan for life.
I agree with that
I
one.
feel like that's a major one for a lot of people. Well, it depends. But I think for a majority of people, it's a major red
I
flag.
think people kind of define have a plan differently.
I guess have a plan is like have a career and that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's
Like, I guess I just don't want anybody that's going to stay at home and play video games all
yeah,
day.
exactly. Like something I find really attractive is ambition.
Yes, I love that.
So just knowing that,
Go out there, chase your dreams.
and that doesn't necessarily mean like someone not in college. No, like not gonna happen.
Yeah, because college isn't for everybody. I guess I just want somebody that's going to do it.
Like going to do something.
Yeah, that they're
Like they have a
passionate about.
passion.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's one of mine.
Another one of mine, if I feel like I'm chasing someone, so I guess one-sidedness. And I've had to learn to like not chase, if that makes sense.
I was a chaser too.
It's always bad.
It's a
'cause you're like-
mistake. Don't chase.
literally, if you feel like you're doing all the effort to get their attention, nah, drop it.
Drop it. Yeah, drop it immediately. I've learned that
You're
because I
not
was
worth
such
it.
a chaser, and I'd be like,
They're not worth
so
it.
like I felt like I wasn't worth it. I was like, why am I not worth it? Like, why aren't they reciprocating this energy? And then my mom was always like, stop chasing them. Let them come to you. Like, it's gonna be unexpected. Just let them come to you. Like, stop being impatient.
It's that whole. I mean, everyone says like, oh, like love finds you when you least expect it. When
Honestly,
you're
it
not
really
looking for
does. I can tell you the story of how me and my boyfriend met.
It. But, well, we can get to that. But really quick, like that's so complicated to do. To just be like, oh, fine, I won't look for love. Like
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's hard being lonely, you know?
exactly. And I mean, no.
But it
offense
really,
to-
truly is. Like, it will come to you when you least expect it. And I feel like it's better that way. But it's okay if you want to have a little fun sometimes, you know? You never know.
just get out there, put yourself out there.
It just depends. Let's see. Did I just go? Yeah, it's your turn, huh?
It's my turn. Is it? I don't know if I had one. I'm so mad. I thought of a beige flag, and I forgot what it was going to be, and I needed to come back. But we can talk about. Well, let's talk about our red flags.
Okay, one of my red flags is I have attitude for no reason. He's like, yep.
Y'all haven't spent every day with her.
What is that supposed to mean?
Shall I tell stories?
No, don't expose me out here. But yeah, sometimes I feel like I could just catch an attitude for no reason, and it's just me. Like nothing happened like in particular. I think I'm just either tired and grumpy, or I'm hungry and grumpy, or
Hangry.
hangry. I need a Snickers or something. But yeah, sometimes I'm like, okay, Clarissa, like it's not their fault that you're in a bad mood. You don't have to, you know, take it out on them. Sometimes I just want to be left alone when I'm in a bad mood. I'm like, don't bother me. So I think that's one of my red flags. And then my second red flag is I overthink a lot.
Oh, me too. I didn't think about that.
And yeah, so I overthink a lot. And sometimes I'm like, are you mad at me? Like that's probably one of my most annoying questions. Are you mad at me?
I think like one of my first thoughts from overthinking is like, oh, they're not into me.
Yes. Like, you still love me? You still like me the same?
And it's like you kind of have to tell yourself like, don't overthink, stop overthinking. You're like,
Yeah,
"You're
like everything's
probably-"
going fine. They're probably having a bad day.
Like you never have a reason. Well, most of the time, never have a reason to overthink. It's just your head does it naturally.
Yeah, that's another one of my red flags. I overthink a lot.
There's a song that I resonate with about. I think it's literally called "Overthinking," and the lyrics are so relatable in that sense. I should link it in the description.
Yeah, link it so
But
they
it's a
can
good
listen
little,
to it.
good little happy upbeat song. And then I think my red flag is something that I'm getting a little better at. But I tend to bottle up my emotions.
No, that's the worst thing that you
It's
could do.
not good, but I used to still. I won't talk about it until I hit my breaking point. And most of the time by that point, that's when everything starts going downhill.
And by that point, there's nothing you could do, Christopher.
But I think it's because sometimes what sucks is like when you do talk about your emotions, like you actually talk it out with someone, you express yourself, and then it goes nowhere.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
you
that's
get
frustrating too.
discouraged.
But you can't hold everyone to that standard, you know?
I know that I can't stereotype like that.
Yeah, you can't. Well, that's all the red flags I had for myself. Let me know if you think I have other ones.
You know, let me know too. Anyone that knows us.
I know. All right, moving on to green flags. Since we're on the
Green flags, woo!
green flags,
The way my voice cracked.
one of my green flags is they remember the little details.
I
I'm about to
put
get
that
all,
too.
I'm gonna get all mushy, and I'm gonna be like, my boyfriend this, my boyfriend that.
Ugh,
Don't me.
the envy.
Don't be so
Just
bitter.
kidding. I'm not envious. I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, they remember the little details. I think that's my favorite when you're like, oh, I like, oh,
The light's turning off.
it just like faded out.
Well,
When you're like, oh, I like cookie dough ice cream, and then they just bring you one day, and like, oh, you remembered? Oh, that's kind of scary.
why is it getting darker? It's okay. You can still see us on the TV. We just shadows are shadowing.
The shadows are shadowing right now. Okay, that's one of mine.
Something. Well, I also put notice the little things, but something I put was we talked about it a lot, but communication,
Oh yeah.
overthinking, like kind of just like, hey, I'm gonna be busy doing this, or like good morning messages and stuff like that. Like that's
so-
something I really, really,
Like reassurance.
yeah.
Okay, I like reassurance too.
But at the same time, I guess I can kind of understand if they have to overdo it, then that could also be a red flag to some point.
What do you mean?
Like, let's say someone overthinks like way too much,
Uh-huh.
and like the other person feels that they have to constantly reassure just to prevent that.
Oh yeah.
Then that could kind of be a
like
red
they're
flag.
depending on them to feel okay.
Yeah,
like,
like
okay.
okay, yeah.
Another one is they give me flowers. I love flowers. I don't know if you like flowers,
I've never gotten that. Well, no, I have for my friend. Love you, friend.
but I love flowers, and I don't care what people say. They just die. They just die. Like, I don't
But
care.
it's the thought.
It's the thought that counts. You saw pretty flowers and thought of me. I'm like, my boyfriend gets me flowers every month.
Every month.
Every month. I feel like I always do the
Start taking notes, y'all.
yeah. Start taking notes, boys or girls.
Or girls.
Yeah. Every time I do like the monthly photo dump, and
Oh, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know if
yeah.
you've noticed, like there's a bouquet of flowers in every month.
I haven't looked at it that closely.
He hasn't stopped. Like when I visited him in San Antonio, it was like Women's Day or like National
Oh, yeah,
Women's
yeah,
Day,
yeah.
and like the day that I got there,
Oh, I
and
saw
he-
the post.
Yeah, he like bought me flowers.
Oh,
I was like,
you're like,
I was like,
thank you.
yeah, thank you for
Keep going with your
remembering.
green flags. I gotta think of another one.
Okay. Another one is they want to get to know my family. I think that's good, especially like if the relationship is going to progress a little more into the future, or like we're going to stay together for a longer time. Like I want my family to like them, and then I want them to like my family and get to know them as well. Especially because, I mean, I still live with my family since I'm in school, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess they're just a big part. My dad always tells me like we have to take care of each other, like we're all that we have. So I would want somebody that's going to, I guess, withhold that with me, you know, like uphold that with me. So yeah, them getting to know my family, them having like a comfortable relationship, like being comfortable enough to talk with them.
Kind of have like their own little relationship with your family.
Yeah, like have their own relationship. I guess so they're not strangers to my family, and my family is not strangers to them, you know?
Some, I guess, a small little green flag I also like is the like let me know when you're home thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Let me know when you're home, or text me when you're home. Call me when you're home. Yeah, I like that too. Let's see. I also have another one. It's them taking interest in what I'm interested in. I like doing that too. Like,
To a point.
yeah,
That's
I mean,
not saying they have to be interested in everything you're interested in.
No, I guess just being aware of what I'm interested in, like,
Yeah.
or like if I want to do an activity, I'd want them to come with me and like give it a try, you know. But I guess not making it to the point where, oh, it's my boyfriend or girlfriend's favorite hobby, and like you make it your own, you know, like you become them, like their personality, you know. So, but that's what I like. Like if I want to go like dancing one day, like go out dancing, like I'd want my boyfriend to take me dancing, you know, like just even if it's like one night a month or something. So that's what I enjoy. So I want him to do things that I enjoy, and I'll do things that he enjoys as well, you know.
I think another green flag is like not aggressive possessiveness, if that makes sense.
Not aggressive, possessive.
Those are some big words.
Oh, like you like when they're like, oh, he's my boyfriend, but you don't like when you're like too controlling.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. So like it's kind of like,
Oh, like you're mine. You like that.
yeah, like claim, like kind of like do that, but at the same time, don't feel threatened. I mean, if you feel threatened, that's also valid. But like, let's say like I wanna go out with like my friends or something, you're not, your head doesn't go to like, you might meet someone else in a minute.
Oh, like there's gonna be other boys there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you mean.
Like a healthy little
Okay.
mind, but at the same time, don't control me. Or like, I guess back to, well, red flag, green flag, just depending how you word it. Depending on situation, and we have talked about it in the Reddit episode we did with Daisy, like controlling friends and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
There are certain times that I for sure see that it's reasonable, but like let's say like if it's a long-term friendship you've had or whatever, and they're still not trusting you, no trust, red flag. Then in that case, I'd be like,
Yeah, I understand. And then the last little green flag that I have noted down here is when they don't bottle up their emotions.
oh,
Love that.
oh, calling me out.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
I'm learning.
But I like open communication. So I don't like when they bottle up their flag and they're like, it's okay, I'll be fine. It's like, then what am I here for? Just for the happy times? Like, I don't think relationships should just majority of the time be happy, but there's hardships too, and like I'm here to help you or here to talk about it. You're not alone. So
And recognize that like perfection in a relationship is unrealistic.
Yep.
I think another one I also have, and it's something that I learned from my past as well, but a green flag I have is when y'all hear that in the podcast and the listening.
It's because they got new what are these called? What do you call him? Arms for the microphone, and I feel like they're covering. If you're watching the video, I feel like they're like covering us, and then it's closer to my mouth
we're all
right now.
trying to play with the angles over here.
Yeah, it's closer to my mouth right now. So when I turn my head, the headphone like hits it. So I just like hit myself. Another blooper. Why am I always the center of the bloopers?
I'll do it too. There we go.
Just a little hit.
But I was gonna say another green flag of mine is when they can be accountable. Someone that is aware, because so I'm sorry is just a word to me. And a lot of times, like if someone tells me like I'm sorry, I'll be like, for what? Because I can be mad, and maybe I am mad. But if you say I'm sorry, I'm gonna ask you for what? Because I'm sorry doesn't mean shiz to me if you can't tell me why you're sorry.
Yeah, like it's just what do they call them? Like an empty, like what is it? Like an empty apology?
I mean that's what I was gonna say, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a word, but that's what it is to me. Like you're just placing it there because it's right to say sorry, but like
or you're just trying to fix it and move on.
Yeah.
Like no. Like you need to be able to tell me what you're sorry for.
No, I understand.
Actions speak louder than words.
Okay, so speaking of that, and like meeting different people, what do you think about dating apps?
I'm for them, but I don't think they're 100% good.
I don't like the dating app. I mean, I've never been on the dating apps, but I don't think I would ever try. I mean, I have a boyfriend right now, but I don't think if I was single or when I was single, I never considered going on the dating apps.
Perhaps I have a different perspective because I have been on dating apps.
It's because I think they're scary, and I don't think I'd be vulnerable. Well, it's kind of hard because when you meet someone new, you're not going to know them, so you kind of have to open up yourself. But on the dating apps, it's so scary. I feel like you're just like shopping for like your next victim or something. Like you're just like, not her, like,
You're like, no.
Yeah, I don't know. And then you never know what people's intentions are nowadays, especially like, are they looking for something serious? Are they looking for something short term? Are they looking just to hook up? Like, what are they looking for? Especially when you're trying to be genuine. But what if the other person isn't trying to be genuine?
There's pros and cons, and like at least I know a lot of dating apps have kind of evolved per se to include sections of like what they're looking for. But so in that case, it's a good thing because I mean, up front you can say what you're looking for, but at the same time, the chances of that being honest are it's not 100%. But like the pros, at least in my case, is that I'm way too shy to approach people in person.
Okay, now I understand that because I don't think I would approach anybody either.
So like dating apps gives me a way to put myself out there.
Okay,
But like the con at the same time is that there's always the element of like, is the person in the pictures the person I'm gonna meet?
Oh yeah, like a little catfish.
Yeah, or like
You're about to be on the TV show.
where's Neve?
Not Neve.
Or also like you said how when you're meeting people in person, you're always meeting them for that first time. So it's like a blind date. Even after dating apps, it's kind of like a blind date because like meeting someone on the chatting or phone or whatever is not the same thing as meeting them in person.
But then it's also kind of scary, I guess. I don't know, like when you go on dates from a dating app, do you meet the person there?
It just depends what you
Like, I don't
choose
think
to
I
do.
would ever like have them pick me up or me go pick them up. Because
No.
what if I can't leave the situation? Like, I
Yeah.
want to be able to control what happens, you know?
No, my usual go-to if I do end up meeting someone from a dating app is we're gonna meet somewhere public because I'm not about to die today. I'm gonna drive myself because again, safety. Like I won't do anything like go to their house or drive with them until I feel for one they're not gonna kill me. And
You never know, Chris. What if they were great actors and like within the first
you know
3
what?
dates?
Then give them an Oscar or Grammy, whichever ones it is. But I don't know. You're taking a chance every single time.
I mean, not that I'm like bad mouthing them. I guess just me personally. I'm a little scaredy cat.
They are frightening. I think I had a story one time where I was talking to a guy and he didn't have a picture and I was like, well, he had a picture, but not of his like face.
Oh,
And I was like,
that's always a
"All right."
red flag.
It was a red flag, but you know what? They're in desperate times, I guess.
You live and you learn.
That's not a good thing to say. But I took a chance on whatever. He was actually cool to talk to, but the guy like wanted to meet up or whatever. And I was like, well, hold up. Like before we meet up, like,
Send me a
I was like,
picture of your
first off,
face.
well, it was first off, why no picture? And then said, I don't think he even had his name there.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I was like,
no.
why no name? And he's like, because I think he was like, I don't want people to like see my name or face before meeting. And I'm like, well, I think I literally responded because now I'm a lot more honest than I used to be. So I was like, I mean, we can pretend the world's perfect, but let's be honest, she's not.
Yeah.
And I mean, appearance does have something to do with dating. I hate
Yeah.
to say it, but it does.
Yeah, it does.
So at least that guy was pretty mature about it. And he was like, you know what? Like, that's valid. And he was like, it was good talking to you, whatever, but nah. And I was like, all right.
He didn't send you a picture?
No. And I told him, all right, like, that's fine, but I'm not down to blind date. So, bye.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah. So that's like the other bad part about
So
dating.
that's where like it ended.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else.
On dating apps? Not really.
Not on dating apps.
Oh, well, that's the topic we were on.
Well, I gave my opinion and that was the opinion. I don't know. I just don't.
Fudge, I'm so mad. I can't remember what that beige flag was. But do you have any beige flags?
I don't think I wrote anything
I
down.
have one, but I guess so if y'all don't know what a beige flag is, it's basically, as Google defined it, a little moment. They're not red flags. They're little moments that like someone does that makes you pause for like 3 seconds, and then you just move on. So it's kind of like
You're
a
like,
weird moment.
Huh?
And one that kind of like at me just like kind of annoys me, but it's not a bad thing, is if someone like heard an audio or heard a meme or whatever and just constantly reference it.
He's calling me a beige flag.
No, there's
do that all the time.
There's times, oh my God, in Paris and Spain. There's times, I don't know if y'all remember the girl dinner audio from TikTok.
Girl dinner. Girl dinner.
I had never seen it on TikTok until she started doing it and my phone listened to her. And then that was like every video on my TikTok.
But I was doing it all the time over there. What else was I doing over there? It wasn't just that one. It was another one too.
You have little catchphrases here and there.
None of the catchphrases.
Catchphrases are fun.
What am I, a cartoon character?
Let's see, what are there? There was girl dinner for a bit.
Girl dinner.
Purr, you used to say a lot, but
Purr? I
you've
feel like I still
grown
say
out of
it.
it. Not as much.
Okay. I think I say it a lot at home.
She used to go, vamos, whenever we were going to leave.
Vamos. I think I've started saying it. No, now I say, can I get a purr?
You do? And then I won't do it.
And then, no, he never does it. What else do I say?
I
I don't know, but those were some.
It's like on the spot, I can't think of them.
That's so funny that you remember those.
I do spend every day with you.
Yeah,
so.
you're right.
But I think, is that everything we had to talk about today? I don't know if we have time to read a story.
It's already 6:43.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably they're gonna come in here and then knock, knock, knock.
But we
my
can
turn.
probably do another Reddit episode with some dating horror stories
Yeah, that would be so
with
much
someone
fun.
else.
Yeah, that would be so much fun. All right, I think that's all we have for you guys today. It's just gonna be a short episode, something light, just so we can refresh the week.
A fun little episode.
All right, thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to follow our Instagram, it's also called When the Pharmacy Closes.
And if you want to listen to or see us on YouTube, It's at RX Closest Pod, and our TikTok is WTPC.pod.
All right. I hope you guys listen, and I hope you guys listen to the previous episodes because we work really hard on, well, yeah, we work really hard on editing and posting for you guys.
We are. We're trying to get our numbers up. Trying to get out there, you know?
Mention us to your friends.
Let us know if y'all have your red flags and your green flags in the comments.
And
There's always a little poll on Spotify if y'all listening, so like, go do it.
or you can always go visit on YouTube.
YouTube's killing it over Spotify.
Yeah? Wow. Thank you guys for listening. Bye.
Thank y'all. Bye, friends. Wait, little heart.
Oh.
For the next episode. Bye, y'all.
Bye.